But it got me thinking, why on earth in the first place do we dream? What's it all about? Well, somebody who can tell you what it's all about is Ian Wallace, a dream psychologist who's with you now. Good afternoon, Ian.
Hi, Gordon. How are you?
Well, I'm all right, but baffled by why we do dream. Because, rarely a morning goes by that Mrs. Swindlehurst doesn't wake up and say to me, "Oh, are you still here?" No, say to me, "You won't believe this dream I had last night." And I find it very easy to believe what dream she had, because dreams by their nature seem to be odd. Why?
Dreams often seem really bizarre, Gordon, but the key thing in why we dream is that dreams are the language of our unconscious. So there are all the things that we can't express consciously during the day. And what actually happens is, even like when we're speaking now, we're absorbing heaps and heaps of information unconsciously, but we filter most of it out using our critical faculties. And then it all emerges at night as we try to make sense of the world that we're travelling through.
Right, so basically, is the brain working overtime?
Well, not really. What it's trying to do is just trying to make sense of what's going on round about us. And also, our dreams are very important in brain functions like forming memory and actually establishing where we are in the world.
Ah, yes, I seem to have seen a TV advert along those lines recently about, how sleep is important because that's when you learn to remember faces and places and what have you.
That's absolutely right, yes.
So, why do we have dreams like, perhaps not like Bob's, but like the one I had about the streets of Longtown being flooded to a depth of 6 feet with custard? Why on earth would anybody dream that?
Okay, so I was listening to that dream earlier on, Gordon. There was a part before it where you said you went into a chip shop. You bought some fish and chips. You're looking out the window. Mm-hmm. So we said that the dream is the language of the unconscious awareness, and the language it speaks in is the language of symbols and images.
Right.
So when you go into a shop, this is about how you feel your personal worth, your value, your self-esteem. Anything to do with food is to do with fulfillment. So sometime prior to having that dream in your waking life, you'll have done something that has given you some professional fulfillment and you feel valued for it. Mm-hmm. You look out the window, and when you look out through a window, you're looking out towards opportunities and what might happen. So you've done this fulfilling thing in your professional career. You look into the future to see what the opportunities are. And outside, you see all the custard. You see the sweet road of success outside beyond you. But also Custard. I don't know if you've ever walked through Custard, Gordon. You may have, you may not have done.
Not lately.
Okay. But I'd imagine, not having done it myself, it's quite tricky to walk through. So you're looking forward to what may be success in the future, what might be opportunity. And that will be quite tricky, and it could be a bit of a sticky business for you. So that's what's happening in your dream.
How on earth, I was going to say how on earth do you derive all that information from a fairly simple statement, but that's why you're a dream psychologist and I'm whatever on earth it is I do for a living.
Well, what happens with dreams, a lot of people with dream interpretation, they kind of do a this means that thing. They look up a dream dictionary and they say, I was dreaming of a spider and it means I need to do a bit more hoovering in the house. But what you actually have to look for as a dream interpreter are the patterns that are happening in the dream. So in your dream about the chip shop and the custard, I'm just looking at the various patterns there. There's food in there, there's an opportunity. And from that, I build up a pattern and find out the meaning of the dream for you.
That's amazing.